European leaders are set to exert considerable pressure on U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance during their Munich meeting today. The focus of their pressure will be to secure inclusion in the ongoing discussions regarding the future of Ukraine. This meeting follows significant criticism leveled at Donald Trump's recent statements concerning the Ukrainian conflict. After a phone conversation with Vladimir Putin on Wednesday, Trump expressed his belief that a significant territorial reclamation by Ukraine was unlikely, a sentiment he appeared comfortable with, even suggesting he was okay with Ukraine not joining NATO. Vice President Vance, in a subsequent interview with the Wall Street Journal on Friday, attempted to mitigate the condemnation directed at Trump's seemingly premature and unilateral concessions. Vance asserted that the U.S. would be prepared to impose sanctions on Russia should Moscow fail to agree to a satisfactory resolution. He further emphasized that the deployment of U.S. troops remains a viable option. However, European leaders are determined to leverage this Munich meeting to press Vance for their direct involvement in the negotiations concerning Ukraine's fate. They will underscore the inextricable link between their own security and that of Kyiv. French President Emmanuel Macron has been a vocal advocate for greater U.S. caution, asserting that a peace that is a capitulation is bad news for everyone, highlighting the potential dangers of a premature settlement that might leave Ukraine vulnerable. The reaction within Ukraine has been one of palpable anger and a profound sense of betrayal, according to numerous individuals interviewed by The Guardian in Kyiv. President Zelenskyy described the Putin-Trump call as unpleasant, yet acknowledging the need to maintain diplomatic channels, characterized his subsequent conversation with Trump as a very good conversation. Meanwhile, in a development related to the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Hamas is anticipated to release 3 hostages this weekend, as per the terms of the recently brokered ceasefire agreement, according to local media reports. The Israeli government has indicated its commitment to upholding the agreement, following a period of heightened tension which threatened to unravel the fragile peace. The precise number of hostages still held by Hamas remains uncertain, with the number of those still alive also unknown. Adding to the complexities of the international landscape, a Texas judge has issued a ruling against a New York doctor, ordering her to cease mailing abortion pills to patients within Texas. The judge also levied a substantial fine exceeding $100,000, setting the stage for an anticipated appeal to the Supreme Court. This legal action stems from a complaint filed by the biological father of an unborn child of an alleged patient of the doctor. This tactic, encouraged by anti-abortion groups, highlights the ongoing legal and political battles surrounding abortion rights in the United States. Further fueling international tensions, Mexico's president has launched a scathing accusation against the U.S., alleging that the U.S. government harbors drug cartels and actively collaborates with Mexican organized crime. This statement is a direct response to Donald Trump's earlier claim that the Mexican government was engaged in an intolerable alliance with drug traffickers. In a separate development highlighting ongoing societal debates, the National Park Service removed all references to transgender individuals from its website dedicated to the Stonewall National Monument. This action is particularly noteworthy given that the 1969 Stonewall riots, a pivotal event in the modern gay rights movement, were spearheaded by transgender women. The rapid advancement of artificial intelligence continues unabated. Columnist Alexander Hurst reports from a pre-Paris AI Summit conference that approximately $1 trillion in fresh investment in AI has already been announced this year. This substantial influx of capital comes despite the considerable energy consumption of the data centers required to train and operate AI systems, and despite warnings from leading AI figures expressing concerns about potential future threats posed by this rapidly evolving technology. In a fascinating juxtaposition of seemingly unrelated events, the world of music owes a debt to an academic setback. Had the trio known as De La Soul not failed an English exam in 1985, their seminal album, 3 Feet High and Rising, might never have been created. Their fateful meeting occurred that summer while they were confined to their Long Island high school for detention, a serendipitous event that ultimately shaped musical history. Ahead of their new album release, Kelvin, Postnuos, Mercer, and Vincent Maceo Mason reflect on the loss of their bandmate Dave Trugoy, the Dove Jollicoeur, 2 years ago, and the unique sound that propelled hip-hop to new audiences. Research reveals a stark disparity in environmental impact. The world's wealthiest nations are responsible for eliminating biodiversity at a rate 15 times greater abroad than within their own borders. This disproportionate impact is largely driven by the demand for products such as beef, palm oil, and timber. The U.S., for instance, accounted for 3% of global non-U.S. forest habitat destruction, while wealthier nations collectively contributed to 13% of such damage. Scientific advancements are reshaping the field of archaeology. Researchers are now employing olfactory analysis, alongside traditional scientific instruments, to assess the prey. The scent profile, described as spicy, woody, and sweet, provides valuable insights into the condition of these historical artifacts. First Thing is a daily newsletter delivered to thousands of subscribers. Those not yet subscribed are encouraged to do so. Any questions or comments regarding our newsletters can be directed to newsletters@theguardian.com.